Kama wakote, soka nyuma kidogo.
These are the end of corporate affairs.
Trip on a sailing ship, but when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say, I'm on my way.
Thank you.
For many days.
Strategic plan, kata. Kata usiogope.
Karibu sana. So we appreciate all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Kiwasco is 20 years old. Kiwasco started operations in the year 2003, and if you are very keen, in December we had a lot of activities to celebrate the 20 years of ups and downs, quite a number of achievements, but we also had quite a number of challenges that we navigated through, and that's why we are here where we are today. We will also be launching our strategic plan 2023-2028. Your Excellency, this is going to be the fourth strategic plan, and I can assure you it's well thought out. I'll be able to circulate a few copies so that you can appreciate what Kiwasco wants to focus on the next 5 years and what role each of you can play in making Kiwasco achieve the objectives that we've set for ourselves in that particular strategic plan. The good thing with Kiwasco, we don't just do a strategic plan, we do a strategic plan and implement, of course, with a component of monitoring and evaluation. The major one being the midterm review, of the plan. Last year, being our 20 years of service, was also very great for us. One of the major achievements that we did is that in the last financial year that ended in June 2023, we were able to achieve the 1 billion mark in terms of sales revenue. And there's no going back, because if you look at our strategic plan, by the end of 5 years, we want to be very close to a 2 billion company. About the building that we're launching today, Your Excellency, this land where we sit on today was given to Kiwasco by the county government. Makofi kwa county government of Kisumu. And we really do appreciate that. The last time we did the valuation for the land, it's valued at 65 million. What a great contribution of the county government to the growth of Kisumu. And what a way to celebrate 20 years of service. The construction of this building took exactly 2 years, and that was very good time for us. We had projected 1 year, but because of challenges here and there, we finished the building in 2 years, and we were able to move in. Of course, there's phase 2 of the project, which is the interior design and partitioning, and that is going to happen. The reason why we did this is that we value our employees, and we want our employees to have a good working environment, because we believe that that is going to boost their morale, that is going to motivate them, and they are going to go out of their way to achieve the objectives of Kiwasco. We believe that for an employee to achieve the objectives of the company, they must also achieve their own objective. So we came up with a plan of a building that is going to spur creativity and innovation among our employees. We were renting space at Nafaka House, and we are very squeezed. We have also grown over the years. And thank you very much, the county government of Kisumu, our father, for giving us land. Thank you. That's a bit of French. So the stuff you see here, the promise that they have for you, Governor, is that as part of achieving what you have in your manifesto, water service provision and sanitation services, we are not going to let you down. The other important component of this building is that we are giving our customers a new experience. We want each time a customer relates with Kiwasco, then the experience is positive. Your Excellency, and this is not just for the sake. It's because in Kenya currently, we, Kiwasco, are the best in customer service. And we want to continue maintaining that. Hakuna hata makofi kidogo ya. And we want to continue maintaining that. Last year, we were also rated the best when it comes to service in the low-income areas. We are making great strides in the sanitation space. Around the 2018, if you moved around the low-income areas and you compare with the state of the low-income areas today, there is great improvement. And together with the county government of Kisumu, the Department of Health, the Department of Water, and the city management, we have formed the KIJIS that I talked about to take sanitation service delivery to a new level, because we believe in the dignity. Of our people. In the water sector, Your Excellency, we've shared a bit of challenges, but the main challenge is climate change. And ladies and gentlemen, all of us have a role when it comes to climate action, when it comes to adaptation, when it comes to mitigation. We all have a role. The water that we are seeing today may not be there tomorrow. When we did our plant in Kajulu, where we abstract water from River Kibos, that river was permanent. Today, the river is seasonal. During the dry season, it dries up and we are able to abstract. If you look at the lake, the quality of lake water is heavily polluted. And that gives us challenges when it comes to treatment of that water. So climate change is real, and it's you and me to take action so that we can reverse the negative effects of climate change. Lastly, I didn't recognize Lake Victoria South Waterworks Development Agency. Are they represented here? Yes. Thank you very much. And our regulator, WASREB, also represented by Eli, this from our regulator. You can confirm we are the best in customer service, best in procure, best in governance, and best in other things. You can confirm to them. Okay. Stanbic Bank, Consulate Achieng is also here. So thank you very much. Bob, I hand it back.
The way you look at it. But for Kiwasko to be where it is, we had men and women who started off the teething problems to make the company to where it is now. Before Israel Agina, I know we had Engineer Nyamunga, who is not with us today, but would wish to pass our warmest, hearty thanks to him also. Kindly, Chair, say something.
Mine is very short. I want to thank the governor of Kisumu for giving us this piece of land, because prior to his regime, we had identified several other places, and whenever we took the details, they were taken to individuals. And therefore, we are very grateful that this has become a fact. And of course, I thank the former Prime Minister for helping us get a governor who values this county, and you can see what they have done. We are all very happy because you remember when we were in Nairobi, we used to say that going to Kisumu, you must carry a jerrycan of water because there's too much cholera in Kisumu. And this is now a thing of the past. When we started, we were rationing water because we could not run for 24 hours. Now we are able to do that. And we have expanded greatly. And I'm also proud that the team we left behind, the team we recruited, and the infrastructure we laid for governance has worked very well, and this is why we have this building here. Kwa hivyo, kwa haya machache, wapigiwe makofi.
Thank you, Chair, for giving us this opportunity. Since I've been the immediate past chairman, I have some few words to say. Right Honorable Dr. Raila Odinga, former Prime Minister of Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, Governor of Kisumu County, Her Excellency Mama County, Dr. Matthew Owili, the Deputy Governor of Kisumu County, all protocols observed. Today is a very special day for Kiwasco family, and I am proud to be standing here as the immediate past chairman of the board of directors of this wonderful institution. It is a momentous occasion as we gather to celebrate the opening of this magnificent new office block of Kiwasco to mark the 20th anniversary celebrations. As the past chairman of the board, I stand before you with profound sense of pride and nostalgia, reflecting on the incredible journey that has led us to this remarkable milestone. Structure is not a merely testament to architectural brilliance, but a living embodiment and collaboration that defines our organization. In the genesis of this project, we envisioned a space that would transcend mere bricks and mortar, space that would foster innovation, collaboration, and growth. Today, as I look upon this splendid edifice, I am filled with gratitude for the collective effort that brought this vision to life. Our architects, engineers, and every member of the team dedicated their skill, time, and passion to create a space that will undoubtedly become a hub of inspiration and progress for our community. Ladies and gentlemen, it is said that it doesn't matter where you go in life. What matters most is whom you have beside you as you journey. This able team has been supportive during my tenure as the board chairman, and working with them has made this job seem easy, providing guidance and direction. I recall with gratitude the initiative they undertook when they came to my office to not only continue building the company from where they found it, but help achieve the vision to be the most admired service provider. Many projects are started and never finished by the same board of directors or management. This is one of the exceptions, therefore please join me in appreciating this team. I want to appreciate the contribution made by the staff of Kiwasco. The selfless contribution cannot go unmentioned, as you are the glue that holds this company together and the reason for our customers to place their faith and trust on us. We must strengthen this faith, trust, and mutual bonding. I must admit that even with my experience, I have learned a lot from you during our interactions. Let us cherish this moment, acknowledging the legacy we have built and the promising future this building represents. May it be a beacon of excellence, a symbol of unity, a source of pride for generations to come. The county government of Kisumu, under the leadership of His Excellency Professor Anyang Nyong'o, the governor of Kisumu County, has fostered partnership between key stakeholders within the city, and this relationship and partnership is what has culminated to the beautiful building that we are seeing today. This is not just an achievement, but a testimony of what good governance and partnership can achieve. Lastly, I want to thank the governor of Kisumu County, His Excellency Professor, for putting his trust and faith on me to steer the company for 2 terms. And I want to thank Baba for finding time to grace this occasion despite your busy schedule. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of you. Thank you all for choosing to celebrate Kiwasco today. Your presence is a show of loyalty and togetherness. Thank you, Erokamano. Thank you.
Of you to find time to be with us. Thank you, our chief guests. We know your diary is very busy. Asante sana, our beloved governor, we appreciate. God bless Kiwasco, God bless Kisumu, and Tichtire. Thank you.
To His Excellency, the Right Honorable Dr. Raila Odinga, to His Excellency Honorable Professor Peter Anyang Nyong'o and Mama Dorothy Nyong'o, to our Deputy Governor, Dr. Matthew Owili, to our Honorable Speaker, Engineer Elisha Raro, to Honorable Dr. Ron, the MP, Kisumu Central, to all our MCS present here, and all my colleague members, CCM. Good afternoon. Marilyn Yanza Agua, the current sitting CCM, who is in charge of water, environment, climate change, and natural resources, Kisumu County. I don't have much speech because my bosses are here and they'll be giving a speech. But I want to say that the journey started 2 years ago when I was the CEO or the chief officer in charge of water with my boss, who is currently in roads, Honorable Salmon Orimba. He's also here with us. The county government of Kisumu donated a land to Kiwasco worth 60 million, where this building currently sits. And we are proud members to be part of this journey all together as a family, that with good governance and good leadership, today we are going to commission a flagship project in the Department of Water, Environment and Climate Change. And this is one of the legacy projects that has been delivered by His Excellency, the Governor of Kisumu, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. I must confess here today that I have a lot of history for Kiwasco. I was first employed in Kiwasco as a young girl, and I'm proud that today I stand here before this great leadership here, that we are going to commission this wonderful project so that we see that the water service delivery is envisioned in Kisumu. Thank you all, and may God bless you all as we continue to deliver services to the people of the great county of Kisumu. Thank you.
I want to associate myself fully with Kiwasco. Just like the CEC member for water, my first attachment when I was learning was here. And the CEC member for water was in charge of treatment works at Odinga there. She was my leader when I was doing my attachment. Later on, I worked in the water sector, and that's why you are hearing the MD saying that they miss me, because that's where I've worked for long before I joined politics. And I saw Jura, Engineer Jura here. We worked with him, plus, yeah, he's right there. Adongo Alfred, we worked with him for quite some time, and I see members of the water fraternity here, so I'm really proud to be here, and given time I can say so much about Kiwasco. Now, secondly, I'm happy with the strategic plan, and I want to challenge Kiwasco that where we live, me and Baba, from up there, and the chair said that you come from there, we hope the strategic plan is going to take care of that. Because as the MD was saying, the Kajulu treatment plan was extended up to Baba's place, you are aware. But we still struggle to get water, especially during dry season because of the climate change issue. So we hope there is going to be an alternative. And the boundaries of Kisumu city, where you serve, I understand you know where it reaches very well. Your Excellency, I'm saying this because as Kisumu County Assembly, there is something that we have done. We have come up with a bill, which I think the governor has already assented to. It's now an act, which separates the governance for water in the rural areas and the governance for water in the city. So we are going to have majorly two companies, because recently the county assembly worked with the governor in the establishment of 5 municipalities, and the 5 municipalities also need to have governance in terms of water and sanitation. So that is a contribution of the county assembly, and we hope that moving forward in your next strategic plan, we'll be looking at the review. We will be almost 50% or even 100% times what we have now. Lastly, we as an assembly, we envy Kiwasco, because at the time when the county government of Kisumu was giving land to Kiwasco to build this plot, to build this headquarter, we as an assembly, we were also given some land next to Tomboya Labor College. And that land, if you look at the history, it was earmarked for municipal treatment works expansion. But some people grabbed that land and build their structures in that place. But I want to thank the governor of Kisumu County, Professor Peter Nyang'nyong, for moving with speed to recover the land. Now we agreed that we do part of it for Kiwasko expansion and a part of it for construction of County Assembly of Kisumu. I say we envy you because we started almost the same time. Even though ours is twice or thrice your structure, but we believe that at a time like this next year, we will also invite you as we go into our new assembly. But why I'm raising this matter, Your Excellency, the Chief Guest, is that issues of land is becoming serious in Kisumu County, including that land where we are building the assembly, and part of it is for Kiwasko to do extension. There are some people who have taken us to court. But we believe that we are going to win that case because we have put our papers properly. And by the end of the day, we shall own that land, and Kiwasko shall own part of it to do their extension. Otherwise, I want to request all the members of Kisumu County that let's be vigilant. Let's not get into the traps of people selling to you lands which belong to the public. Public lands are public lands, and private lands are private lands. Otherwise, I thank you so much, and I want to commit on behalf of the Assembly that we still work with you as we have been working, and we hope that at a time in the future, we'll be able to provide 100% accessible water to all the residents of Kisumu County. Thank you so much, and may I take this opportunity to invite the area.
The Right Honorable Dr. Raila Odinga, Baba, His Excellency the Governor, Professor Peter Nyang'nyong, Deputy Governor, Dr. Matthews Owili, Mama County, other distinguished guests. My role today is very simple, is to welcome you all to this great city of Kisumu, and I say welcome, especially to Baba, having taken his time to be here with us this morning out of his very busy schedule. My second point is about congratulating Kiwasko directors under the leadership of Professor Peter Nyang'nyong for this beautiful building. This building is a new landscape and is changing Kisumu. The launch of the 4th strategic plan is a milestone achieved after very hard work, and I congratulate Kiwasko staff and Kiwasko directors. This project will transform Kisumu in a very big way. It's going to transform the landscape, the face, and the beauty of Kisumu. And I'm seeing Kisumu moving into Tomboya. Clean water and waste management are pivotal for the growth of this city. Kiwasko, let there be even water distribution for a healthy Kisumu. As for water is life. Thank you. Let me also take this opportunity to invite Deputy Governor Dr. Matthews Owili. Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome to Kisumu.
Your Excellency, the only leader that we know in our country, Baba, we welcome you to Kisumu. Your Excellency, the Governor of the great county of Kisumu, and I want to borrow from the Speaker to ride on the protocols earlier set, but with a special mention of Wana Kiwasko. Kiwasko we, Umar, Urako Baba, Ane Lwedo kama. Karibu sana, Your Excellency. At the core of the governor's agenda is the provision of clean, potable water. Now, the agency with the majority of that mandate on behalf of the governor is Kisumu Water and Sanitation Company. Now we are here today to join you in welcoming your new home, a clear testament that other than the provision of water, you're also keen on the welfare of your staff and the welfare of your customers. So we are proud of you and we are very grateful. Now, before I invite the governor, we have a team here that is helping the governor to deliver on his mandate. He is the vision bearer, but he has a team around him. So if you're on such team who sits in the cabinet, I would like at this point to recognize you, so please be upstanding. On my far left is Waziri John Aweti, who is in charge of education. Then Judith Oluoch, who is in charge of public service. Then we have Dr. Greg Ganda in charge of health and sanitation. Waziri Salman Orimba, who is in charge of infrastructure. For 2 days. Water service providers, their CEOs were in Kisumu, to benchmark. But they also have biannual meetings. They did ask me, and I know that the CEO did allude to this earlier, that we need to call out this government because the high cost of living is hurting the urban poor. The high cost of electricity may mean that with the time, either we reduce on how much water we can, reticulate, and that will affect the urban poor. So they are asking, and they did that last week from all over the country, that message needs to go out so that the government can be called to account, not just in terms of the high cost of electricity, but also the high taxes for extraction of water, so that the people of Kenya can, for once, have some afueni, some relief, because water is a provision that we must give our people at a basic level. Si ni kweli? So I hope that can also reach the Council of Governors, because they also indicated that they'll be talking to Governor Nyong'o to do that as well. Now, with those many remarks, allow me now to invite...
I thought that music was going on for some time. No. Prime Minister Raila Odinga, all protocol observed. I call him Prime Minister Raila Odinga, not the former, because there is only one former Prime Minister. That was Jomo Kenyatta. I'm a civil. The second Prime Minister is Raila Odinga. There has not been any other. I'm a civil. So former is a misnomer. Prime Minister Right Honorable Raila Odinga of the Republic of Kenya. All protocols observed. I still really wish to start by congratulating the board of directors of Kiwasco, led by my dear friend Phyllis Atieno, and for the whole staff and the chief executive, Thomas Odongo, really for the good work you have done. I think Vinod said that this was started under chairmanship of Vinod, but that you have finished this building in 1 year is something worth appreciating. I must give you. It's very good work and work well done. We are all proud of it. You as board of directors were very lucky that you had a private partner, the National Bank of Kenya, which was ready to give money when you needed it. I think you must thank the National Bank of Kenya too for the partnership you've had. I must give you. Thank you very much. And finally, the contractor, who always performs in time. In Kisumu County, Mr. Prime Minister, we have had a problem with contractors. People who get jobs, they don't have the capacity. They begin depending on the county to give them money to construct. And I've told my people, if somebody comes, however sweet they talk, but they don't have the capacity to construct, don't listen to them. But DG, somehow they still listen to some. I think that habit should stop. But yeah, are we agreed? Because you can see we are proud of this because the contractor was capable of delivering. Mr. Prime Minister, I think this contractor, one of these days, I will not say more. Kiwasko, your job of delivering, as your CEO has said, is on the way and is being done well, Phyllis. But one thing I just want to bring to your attention, something that as a governor I really don't like, this idea of our attitude towards so-called informal settlements. Why are we calling these people informal settlements? It creates an attitude that when all is done well, then you can think of informality over there. And I think we should get that thing out of our mind. It is the inheritance we have of a city where poor people live in a certain area in housing. Though done cheaply than ours, their tin houses are nonetheless. We must provide services to these people or those areas just as we provide services elsewhere. We must provide good roads, good water system, sewage, drainage, electricity, so that although we are still awaiting to give them good housing, but these services must be there adequately as they need them. Are we together? That's why I really welcome this program of KISIP. The other day you saw us launching roads in Manyata. Our intention within the next 3 years is to provide adequate road network to all these settlements that you call informal. Are we together? Even it means getting some more from our budget, but please, let us first of all, as a county, provide the services. And then people in their private capacity can build the homes. We too can come with affordable housing, real affordable, not this one being talked about, you have seen. There should really be affordable housing for our people. So, Prime Minister, as you launch this good water project, which is going to be provided in the whole of Kisumu, it is part of our ambition to make Kisumu a place to feel at home by all those people who live in Kisumu. Whether in Manyata or Bunga or Nyalenda or Milimani or Pembetatu, we should all feel at home that when we are going to bed, you switch on a light. When you wake up, we put it on, it is still there. When you go to your toilet, you flush it. When you come back from work, it is still there. Are we agreed? So Kiwasko, thank you so much for helping us meet service provision to the whole of Kisumu, no matter where we live, so that all of us can feel at home in our county. Are we together? Mr. Prime Minister, let me take this opportunity to invite you to come and address these people and launch this fantastic opportunity.
Seated. The governor, Mama Kisumu, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. I am very delighted to have opportunity to be here this morning. I feel very nostalgic standing before you here to talk about water in Kisumu. Because, you know, not far away from where I'm standing, behind here, is the Kaloleni Estate. I saw the MCA of this, this what is called? Kaloleni Ward. Yes. That is where I was actually brought up, in Kaloleni. And water was a problem, but there's water within the estate. There are water kiosks. So people used to go and buy water. You know, one of the people who was operating, the one next to us was called Ojijo. And one debe of water was 2 cents. In those days there was a coin called hela. So a debe was 2 cents. And they would charge you 1 cent to bring it home. Otherwise you'd go and buy it there and bring it home. But it was always available there. He also had public latrines or toilet, buckets latrines, which were constructed. And people would go there, and in the evening there would be a cart, ox-drawn cart, which was coming to collect the waste. And you see, these people were living not far away from near where Fafa Hall is. They had been brought in from Uganda, because the local community would not do that job. They were called the Joakele or Wakidi. And they would come in the evening and their skirt and they were saying, I know. Those cows were trained, they knew where to navigate the corner. And clean this place, and they would put jays in those buckets every evening. So it was done very well. So the municipality did not ignore any other place as informal settlement. But I want to tell you the genesis of this idea of informal settlement, because as you know, I've been the member of parliament for Kibra, the biggest slum in, I could say, almost in the entire Africa. You see, the colonial government was very particular about settlements, and they were providing services wherever the people lived. But after independence, because there was this influx of people moving from rural areas into town, rural-urban migration is a universal phenomenon. But here people did not plan for it. So the government then said people should go back to mashambani. Well, what we were talking mjini rudi mashambani. They even coined a song. Mzee kasema rudi mashambani hakuna kazi. People went back to mashambani, found nothing good, useful to do, quickly came back to town. But the government did not put up shelters for these people to respond to the needs. That's how people started putting up structures in areas in the periphery of the city. Then they actually christened them as informal settlements. There's no sanitation, no water, no toilets, no roads. So this spread around. Like today, 60% of Nairobi's population live in what is called informal settlements. And when at one time in my earlier incarnation as a minister for roads, public works and housing, I came up with a program called slum upgrading to upgrade those so-called informal settlements. But that is a subject for another day. Let me just say that here, water is life. Whoever addresses the problem of water addresses the fundamental right and a development issue. I therefore wish to congratulate the governor, my good friend Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, his team, and the development partners that have enabled the county to consolidate the various subsectors involved in this critical area and bring them under one roof. I believe this effort will result in improved people's health and prosperity through seamless coordination and delivery of critical programs in water, sewage, and sanitation services. Kisumu County and the city have grown in profile and stature in recent years thanks to the efforts by the leadership to focus on delivery of critical services that is required for all cities and all administrations. He must not drop the ball. And Kisumu has been rated one of the cleanest cities in Africa, one of the 10 cleanest cities in Africa. One of the most critical services a government should be able to provide to citizens is clean water, no matter where the people live, whether in the city, towns, or villages in rural areas. The truth, however, is that for millions of our people in this country and the Lake Victoria Basin, access to clean water, a very basic right, which is a matter of life and death, remains a dream even right here in the city. The result is that diseases like cholera and diarrhea are still claiming lives and continue to be leading causes of mortality, particularly among children. I therefore commend the county for every effort to consolidate and expand the provision of water and sanitation services. And I was very particular during the briefing session before we came down here. You are not just looking for water for drinking. The value of water in the economic chain is long. Our women need to deliver in facilities with water and sanitation, which also give the newborn babies a realistic chance to survive. Industries need huge quantities of water to operate. Any investor who wants to come to invest in Kisumu will look for two things: energy and two, water. You have sufficient water. Those are factors which helped to make decisions. Investment in water and sanitation, therefore, make for very good economics. The World Health Organization estimates that the economic return on sanitation spending is $5.5 for every $1 invested, making it among one of the largest development dividends of any single intervention in people's lives. In this regard, therefore, I want to encourage Kisumu and all our counties to invest in water recycling, which means cleansing wastewater to make it reusable, and also invest in rainwater harvesting. There is no point whatsoever for a heavy rainfall to cause floods, only for a brief drought to cause an acute water shortage. Nyando is a good point. With adequate investment and planning, you can make water readily available when or where it is needed. We therefore also need to invest in the quality of the water environment of the regions, these rivers and lakes, which have been severely polluted by social and economic activities. This will give new lease of life to other water-based activities like fishing and farming. For instance, when we talk of reforestation, let us think of restoring not just the hills and mountains, but also restoration of the indigenous plantations of our river and lake basins that support the natural breeding of fish. Our counties, therefore, need to champion the planting of wetland plants like Odunga, Asao, Togo, etc., to safeguard these water bodies to protect sustainable fishing and other economic activities. For all this to succeed, we need to invest in forward planning. Cities, regions, and countries that succeed are those that invest in and respect the results of planning. Over a prolonged period, running into centuries, cities like Paris, Berlin, London, Washington, D.C., and Tokyo, among others, have been able to retain their identity and to provide critical services like transportation, health, water, sanitation, energy, education, and fiber optics, because they embraced planning from the start and stuck to it. In these cities, the bus stage, the fire station, the train station, the hospital, the university, the recreational park, the social hall, the cinema hall, all remain where the planners designated them to be, and all serve the purpose they were meant to serve. In these cities, you cannot turn a residential area into a commercial center. You cannot create your own bus station or build a house where a sewer plant was meant to be. You cannot turn a pedestrian walkway into a market or turn a public market into a private business. And you cannot turn a cinema hall or a park into a private business or a church. That is the way it should be. That is the way Kisumu must be. Everything in its right place. Today, our greatest source of failure as a country is not the lack of funds, personnel, or knowledge. It is the lack of planning. Our cities are clogged by traffic because we have created bus stages where they were not supposed to be. We have created markets where they were not supposed to be. Sewage systems are not working because we built on, clogged, or broken them. I know this from experience in this city. When we started cleaning this city with the former mayor, who is now a member of parliament for Kisumu Town East, we found people had turned public toilets into residences. Currently, Nairobi is mourning its dead and treating hundreds of injured because the city ignored planning and allowed a gas filling plant where none was supposed to be. Even our roads as a country have become death traps because planning was long discarded. Every bus or matatu owner wants to create its own stage, decides when to leave Nairobi or for Kisumu, or Kisumu for Nairobi, when to arrive and when to embark on the return journey. Our cities and towns need investment, both local and foreign. But investors can't put their money where there is neither order nor planning, nor law. We may thrive in chaos for a while. In the long run, however, we lose. Today, businesses are migrating from Nairobi to Kajiado and Machakos because at some stage, Nairobi abandoned planning and embraced chaos. They are paying for it. It is true that if you don't plan today, you're planning to fail tomorrow. Kisumu must avoid a similar fate by embracing and sticking to planning. In this regard, therefore, I encourage the administration of this county to proceed with its plans to create order that is necessary for the provision of services that in return will attract investment and create the much needed, well-paying jobs for our people. We cannot and we must not thrive in chaos. Building codes, zoning and land use planning that leads to provision and maintenance of services like electricity, water supply, emergency responses, drainage systems, and protection of assets must be adhered to. It cannot be done by an individual. The residents of this city and the entire county must get together and rally behind plans to create a sustainable county and city. The city must remain clean and orderly. It must be bright and well lit at all times. Its citizens and parents must have schools, health facilities, and well-paying jobs. It takes personal commitment of the local administration, the residents, and the elected community leaders. I wish to conclude by congratulating the governor for leading the way. I know that sometimes it is painful, but like I said last time, that nothing comes easy. If you have a boil and you want it expelled, it will be pain. Before a bath, there are bath pangs. The ladies are not comfortable. But after the birth of the baby, the mother will laugh, will smile because she has got a baby. And therefore we know that there will be pain in what is being done here. It will be unpopular to do this kind of work. Like I know the name that is on the lips of most people in town, one is Balawanga. I congratulate him. It can be done and it must be done. Thank you very much.